Well, here I am over here in my garage flower bed, and be raining here pretty shortly, so it's like, I don't know, 9:30 in the morning. I just fed the dogs, and so we all came out. Not gonna walk them this morning, so looks like it's probably gonna be raining here. Not too long, so I don't want to be walking them and it start raining on me. So I'll come over here and look around, and finally got it all cleaned up over here. I had it cleaned up, I guess, a couple weeks ago. Finally, I mean, I've been working on it off and on since probably over a month or so. Just all the leaves. It's a pretty good sized flower bed, so it takes me a while to get all the leaves and stuff out of here. And I don't mulch the whole area. I mulch around certain things that might need it, because it is on kind of a hill here. This is the first part that I worked on probably close to 2 months by now, because it's already May. So over here was pretty rough, because all the leaves were gathered in this. I got a fence here because keep out mainly armadillos. I had one armadillo. Been a long time ago. Got it in here, so it ain't gonna keep nothing else out. But I don't want an armadillo digging around in here. Kinsley. So yeah, I put the rocks here to kind of help when they've been here. When I first started doing this flower bed a long time ago. So still got some little weeds and stuff. I don't know, some sort of something seeded in here. I gotta get that out of here. I got a lot of it out, but still got some more to get out. But butterfly weeds getting ready to bloom here. But anyways, looks like it's doing pretty good. Some of the chipmunks over here, they run from this flower bed up around the fence there, and go into the other flower bed. Of course, the bird feeders are up there, but that's not the reason why they're over here. That's just like a bonus. I don't fill those bird feeders every single day. I probably feed them fill them up every couple, 3 days. Thanks. When I wake up every morning, there's always a whole bunch of squirrels out there till I let the dogs out. I had to clear the yard out first, so we don't want no drama out of the brown bullet there. So yeah, some stuff's doing pretty good, I think. I can never remember the name of this one. I dug that up down here by the driveway. I mean, down there by the gate. There's a whole bunch of it down there. So the book calls it bouncing bet, but it's not really a native plant. But it's got some real pretty flowers when it blooms. So it's kind of spreading here. So, but got the blueberry bushes in got a lot of blueberries on them. The other blueberry bush over there on the other side of the house, we got 4 total. We got 3 here and then the one over there, but it didn't do nothing. It didn't bloom this year, so last year it had a whole bunch, so I don't know what happened to it. But these are pretty good, pretty well covered. I'll get some here and there. So they're doing pretty good over here. I put these little breaks, I guess you'd call them, some old landscape timbers I had left over laying around, and some just because it'll wash through here if we get those hard rains. So I try to help keep down on that. And my rose bush is blooming like crazy. I got 3 rose bushes over here. It's not nothing fancy. It's an iceberg. That's what the tag says. I guess it's just a variety of it. It's not a knockout. The knockout roses are real pretty, but they don't smell. um, I like the iceberg better. They're not fussy. They're not, you know, high maintenance roses. And I got a little yellow one I planted. It's not been here as long as this one has, this white one, but it's I trimmed it up late this winter, early spring, and I don't really know how to trim rose bushes. I guess I just kind of trimmed what I thought needed, you know. But obviously, it's don't mind my hack job. I just kind of trim what I think it needs, you know, like that. I cut off, and then it just puts out all this other new. But this is loaded with buds and stuff. So, and it's gotten pretty big. So, and I got the monkey grass here left over here, and then this is my lemon balm. I never really thought about herbs coming back, but it comes back every year. It puts out real tiny little flowers, but all my guacamole hostas, had those a long, long time. Some of the first hostas I planted when we built the house and stuff here, but not here in the other flower bed, but ended up moving them because they just got too big. And then when I started working on this flower bed, I divided them and then put them here, and they've got one big clump. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 clumps right here, and then there's more over there. Here comes Brogan. What you doing, Brogan? So here we come. No, we're not going to walk this morning. It's going to be raining. So this was another pain in the butt to clean out. This is the downspout, but it stops up there, and then there's one of those long black tubes that hooks on the end of it, and it comes out down there. So that's how I made the little, I guess you call it a little dry creek bed. And this pipe here is for the sink in the garage. It runs. It's actually a long. The drainage comes out up there, but then it's got a long PVC pipe that comes out here, so just running out up there. That's the way it's always been. So it used to end up there, just drain out up there, but we added this pipe here recently because washing hands and stuff in there, it'll stay really wet right there, and I didn't want that, so it's going to drain out right there. So I can step over here. But that's one of the hostas that you gave me. Those ones volunteered over here on their own. They're like right up against the fence, so I just leave them. I kind of pick them off on the other side because they get jammed up over there. But the big old contrast of dark green, and then I got a Christmas tree fern back there hiding. The ones I dig up out of the woods. So these things are they've really done this. I mean, they do good every year, but I was a little worried about them last year when they first started coming up because of the little holes and stuff where I thought some sort of little critter was eating on the roots or whatever. I don't think hostas have bulbs, but something like that. But this year they're really great big leaves. They put out such pretty flowers. Big white flowers that smell like honeysuckles. Oh, here's some thunder. And I got 2 of these. Here, Arlo up there barking. 2 of these bushes. They're called barberries. I got one planted in a container up there, but I should get me some more. There's barberries, what it's called, but they're different. They're just shrubs. Colors. My nose kind of runny this morning. Sorry. Forget the color they call this one, but it's just. But the only bad thing is they are loaded with thorns. Very sharp little spiky thorns all along there. But it is just, I think it's beautiful. And then just some little grasses. These are little endless sea oats. They come up. They actually kind of grow wild. And I planted some, and then they've kind of spread. So, and I got some more little logs here to kind of help. It's kind of flat up there, but then it's a good slope through here. So, anyways, and this is I cannot remember the name of this. It's been blooming over here for, gosh, 2 months now, and it's just about done. I kept meaning to come up here and take a picture of it, because it's all these are just old flowers, all through there. There's a little left over here, but it's actually, the flower clusters are pink and blue, and it was just blooming like crazy probably 2 months ago. And it's put out a little small one here. But, and then there's little ferns. These are the August ferns. This is all new growth because it's bronzy colored when it first comes out. And I like this fern. I think it's called a maidenhair fern. I don't know. It's one I bought. That and the August ferns are the ones I bought. The Christmas tree ferns, I'll just go dig up out the woods. And this, I don't remember what it is. It's just about done blooming. You can kind of neat. The leaves are pretty neat though. So, and these over here, I just planted these a few weeks ago. They seeded some catnip, like the stuff that cats like. I got a big plant over there on the side of the house, and then I guess the birds make deposits in the front flower bed. So these 4 here, I got them up on there. I didn't want them seeding up there, so I thought, well, if they seed over here, it'll be okay. Maybe the chipmunks will leave them alone because they smell kind of skunky. But when they bloom, they have some pretty small little blooms, but they'll be covered. And the birds and the bees just love them. So they're doing pretty good. And then my lilies, I can walk down here a little bit. Some more of the monkey grass. I'm going to pull this weed right here. I can get it out of here one-handed. Monkey grass through here. And then my ditch lilies. I think all of these here, these cluster and that cluster, those ditch lilies, those orange ones that just kind of bloom wild. They're kind of starting to spread. And then this lily is one that I bought. It has got some big flowers, and then it kind of matches this bush here, this little shrub. It's kind of red and yellow. Let's see. Some phlox. I was kind of worried about some of my phlox. Some of it I don't think going to do too good. I think the two little chipmunks are eating them down, but they're coming out though. This one's done pretty good. And that cluster right there. And this is the Indian pink. The cluster here that grows wild. It's a native plant. I kind of got a little fence around it to help it stand up. Some more of the little grasses. And see here some of the Indian pink. I got a bunch of it over in the chicken flower bed. It's already blooming. These won't be long. They'll be blooming. I'll have to hurry because I hear shenanigans going on over there. I'll step out of here. These guacamoles are just huge. Kind of really. And then the ferns over here, these ferns come up on their own when it used to just be yard over here. It's called a sensitive fern. So they always got mowed over until I made the flower bed. So I don't see what's going on over here. Oh, they're playing. Kinsley! There they go. Oh. I'm gonna have to wrap it up because they're getting a little wild. But anyways, yeah, it's called sensitive ferns, and they just grow wild. I think they're really pretty. And I put some of these logs here because on this edge here they kind of want to flap over a little bit. Oh, that one's broke. I'll have to hurry. I hear thunder. There's another Christmas tree fern back there. It'll probably get taken over, but you never know. Christmas tree ferns, they're pretty tough. So it's hiding back here. And this is one other hosta that part of my original ones when I planted when we first built the house, and it's big. I don't know what kind it is. It's just a hosta. But this one, of course, you can tell the leaves are a lot different, and it puts out purple flowers. But it's probably got an easy. I don't know, it might be close to. It's definitely 4 foot spread on it, but you can see that fern. It's got a spike right there coming up. I can probably get over here and pull it out if I really want to, which I probably will, because I don't want it to start taking over everything else. But this flower bed over here is kind of a mix of shade. Like that edge over there is like a lot of sun. It's like a sun, and then of course back up against there is all shade. This will get some sun, but it's not bad sun. And this I just planted recently, maybe 3 weeks ago. It's called a dappled willow. It's a little shrub. I needed something to go over here. Of course, got a little mayapple. Kind of letting it grow over here, but it's a small shrub, and it don't put flowers, but it just because the leaves are white like that, and it'll be good. It can take, it says part sun, part shade, so I think that's a good little spot for it there. Oh, I didn't even show the other rose bush. I just bypassed it. Can't really plant anything right through here because that's why I stuck the little flag there. What y'all doing up there? Because the fiber line, of course, it's buried all the way from the line up, or the pole up there, and comes around, and it runs right through here and goes up there. So I don't put anything here because at least I can kind of know. But there's the yellow one, so it's not quite as big, but it's getting there. It's got this one big shoot that's tall, but the new bloom is really the white one is just really full of flowers. So, alright, back up here. Almost done. It's the same kind of as an iceberg variety, but this one's 2 colors. It's this real pretty wine color and white mixed. So, and then I got a butterfly bush over here it's one that seeds that I've had forever, and it got broke a few years ago, and I've had it tied. That's how it I don't know, it must be broke. I don't know how. Sorry, I pulled that off there. And it did good, and it grew tall last couple years, but parts of it didn't grow back. So I come over here and trim what I could, but you can tell it's old. But I was going to cut that off, but it had so much new growth on it that I just left it. And it's a really light purple, so I'm kind of doctoring it along. It's doing good though. So there's that, and then this is that hydrangea, that PB Fab Fire, whatever that one puts those big, fluffy blooms out. But it's getting some size to it now, so it'll be really pretty when it starts blooming. And then I'm putting thing here, and then I got a big Brogan. What y'all doing up there? A big grass clump from grasses that I seeded in the very beginnings out that way, out down the driveway, and they grew us several clumps of it. I think it's called Eastern Gamma Grass, but these are like the little seed heads. It's like one of them native kind of grasses, so I transplanted one of them here. It'd be good to help here on this bank. So, but yeah, I think that's a pretty color. So that concludes the grand tour of my garage flower bed. So when all the ditch lilies will be blooming pretty soon. I'll come up here and pull a few little weeds, but it took me a long time off and on working to get it cleaned up, and I finally have. So my little creek bed I made. So it's a pretty good sized little flower bed. Well, I'm gonna get off here and go up here and see what they're doing. Up here getting into trouble. Alrighty, so I shall get off here. And another exciting video later. Bye bye.